you can't watch multiple movies at the same time. You only can choose the one movie at a time. So, but you can change anytime if you want. But you
Huh.
can't change from the inside of the movie.
I completely understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So I'm
So you
watching
should
myself.
become a viewer. Yeah.
So previously we were talking with AG about free will. It's such a deep topic and such an interesting topic. Maybe a little scary for people who are
Mm.
just getting into our videos and our type of content. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about today, AG, was how does free will happen or affect
Mm.
us in other dimensions, or does it exist in other dimensions? And what are these dimensions? Obviously, we know a little bit about living in this physical world, which would be 3D. Am I correct?
Yeah. So before we understand free will, we should understand what dimension is. So yeah. So now we are living in the three-dimensional world. So which is a material world. Yeah. But material world is image. So image is processed already. So we
Hmm.
can't change the image. Yeah. So that's the three-dimensional world. So we have the limitation, which means we don't have free will here in this realm.
So not in this realm, but maybe somewhere
Mhm.
else, if we
Yeah.
even exist elsewhere.
Yeah. So do you know anything about dimensions? Like first dimension, second dimension, and third dimension, and fourth and fifth?
Ooh. Now based on some movies I've watched, I might have an understanding of the fourth dimension. Now, I don't know if it's tied into time at
Mm-hmm.
all. Does this sound
Mm.
familiar? Maybe there's no time or the fourth
Mm.
dimension is time. But
Mm.
for everybody out there who doesn't know exactly what it
Yeah.
is, can you help us understand?
So yeah, as I know about dimensions, I'm not expert, but I know the basics. So and so zero dimensions is point. It's point.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a surface, just a zero. And first dimension is line. It doesn't have a surface also, just the notion of line. And the second dimension is image, like how do you say? I forgot
Like a
the term.
flat image?
Yeah, flat. Yes, flatland.
Okay.
And the third dimension is a space. Yeah,
Yeah.
it had depth. Yeah. So now we are living here.
Now, we're living in the third, right? And I heard before people were saying we were moving into the fourth
Yeah,
dimension.
and so actually we are living in the fourth dimension, but
Oh.
the rule of dimension is like we can perceive the same level of dimension, but we can't control the same dimension. So which means we can perceive the time, but we can't
Mhm.
control time. But we can control the space, right? We
Mhm.
can move things, or we can move ourselves, our bodies. Yeah, but we can't move time. So that's the rule of dimensions.
So, does time exist at all?
So it's about how you perceive time, but time is just a moving space. So space is just solid, right? It's almost like a image, but 3D.
Mhm.
It's like a box. Yeah. But so box is moving. It's time. It's like a loaf of bread. Yeah. So you can cut anywhere. So it's time, past, future, present. So you can see the image
Oh, at any
where you
point,
cut the when you slice
past,
the.
future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you live in the fifth dimension, you can move uh, in the fourth fourth dimension. So you can go to the past or future, or yeah, actually you can see the whole thing,
At
everything
the same
all
time.
together at the same time. Yes, because it's yeah, about the fourth dimension, because fifth dimension. So fifth dimension is the parallel reality. So there are numberless fourth dimensional world. So fourth dimensional world means like a timeline. There are yeah, countless timelines in the fifth dimension.
Now, are we on our way to the fifth dimension, or can we as physical beings ever cross into upper dimension?
So actually, our free will is choose the wanted reality, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, but we can't change from that realm. So instead, we need to move to the fifth dimensional world and then choose the other possible reality from that dimension. That's reality creation, I think, and our free will.
So,
Makes sense?
now I'm getting there. I'm getting there,
Yeah.
but free will can be tied into that, right? It can be
So
tied into
yeah, like for example, you're watching a movie. So the world of movie is a three-dimensional world. So you can't change the movie, right?
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
it's already created. So even though you have the future frame or past frame, yeah, you can't change because it's already edited. But in the three-dimensional world, you are the character in that movie. So you can't change the movie itself. But you can also be uh, like a viewer,
Mhm.
yeah, from the outside, like sitting on the couch.
So I'm viewing my own movie per se.
Yes, yes, yeah. And then you can change the movie if you want. Like you know, like you can change the movie if you don't like it, and then you can change it to your favorite movie. That's fifth dimensional world.
Interesting. And
Yeah.
all of these realities in that fifth dimensional world, they all are real? They all exist?
Yes, they exist at the same time. Yeah, but
Oh, wow.
you know, so but you can play just one movie, right, at a
Right.
time.
Right.
Yeah. So you can't watch like multiple movies at the same time. You
Mhm.
only can choose the one movie at a time. So yeah, but you can change anytime if you want. But you
Huh.
can't change from the inside of the movie.
Oh, I completely understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
watching
you
myself.
should become a viewer. Yeah.
So regardless, what's on the movie
Mm.
is already written, whether I watch it or not, right?
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
for example, Abby's adventure in Japan, I know how it starts, I know how it ends,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I could choose to play something else,
Yeah.
Abby's adventure in India or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So there are many genres of
Yeah.
movies,
Yeah.
and then always the main character is you.
Wow. This is the
Yeah,
clearest I've ever understood
yeah.
this concept,
So
actually.
our free will is changing the movie, not the changing the uh like a script or
Mhm,
the scenes
mhm.
of the certain movie. It's already created, and you can't change the because yeah, you don't have the permission. So
So I've heard this theory before that obviously um, we are all part of the same source, right?
yeah,
And that
yeah.
source is using us to experience life, is what I've heard. Now,
Yes,
because
correct.
of this, I am you and you are me. And
Mhm.
in another reality, I'm living as AG, or in another
Mhm.
reality, I'm living as someone who's very poor in some country.
Mhm.
Now, all of those realities, everyone's the main character, right?
Yeah, yes,
Of
yes.
their own life. So if we all
Mhm.
are each other, then in
Yeah.
some other parallel reality, I am somebody
Mhm.
else going through
Mhm.
something difficult or going through something very great. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if do you believe in this theory, or what is your perception of it?
Yeah, I kind of believe that theory. Our source is the same source, just one.
Mhm.
So I believe the concept of oneness. So after we die, our spirit or our soul we go back to the source, and
Mhm.
then we lose our individuals in this realm. Yeah. So there's no Abby's or there's no AG
Oh,
after we died.
really?
Yes.
But we all go back to the same place,
Yeah, but
essentially.
there are steps. So after we died, we go to the another realm, not directly to the source, I think. Yeah.
So, is there any part of us that remains individual after we leave Earth, but before we connect back to Source?
Hmm.
In that in between dimensions, are we different from each other? Are we? Does it not matter? You know, I hear a lot of
Uh,
things about the in
yeah,
between.
because yeah, I think we still have our individuals after we died, but
Mhm.
it's a little different from the individuals here. So I think you, yeah, we still have individuals, but we have multiple individuals at the same time, not like
Mm.
solid individuals. Yeah, sometimes you can be someone else or a part of someone else, or yeah, it's more uh like a flexible.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you can merge with other souls if necessary, like for certain missions or like a project, like
So,
Abraham.
like Abraham. Yes, I
Yeah,
remember we spoke about
Abraham is
Abraham.
a collective individual. Yeah,
Now,
composed by multiple souls or beings.
I wonder if this gets decided when we leave this body, or if
Hmm.
that is already decided for us. Do you think?
Yeah.
Um, Once we leave this body,
Hmm.
it's very hard for me to perceive another dimension because I'm limited to my physical understanding and my limitations, human brain. But
Yeah,
I, yeah, it sounds very
I
interesting.
yeah, because I think our lives are kind of super realistic life game. You know?
Life is a video game. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are watching the or playing the game, or
Yeah.
half watching, half playing. Yeah, but most of the time we are just watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, we so like when we play, which means we use our free will. Yeah, it's like open the menu and then just selecting the right option and then
Uh-huh.
click the OK and then go back to watching. You know?
Oh, interesting. So,
So mainly we are living on autopilot, but
yeah.
sometimes we can open the menu.
And then we figure out what we need to do,
Yeah,
change some
yeah.
stuff.
Which course? Yes, yes, yes.
So life really is a video game. I think when I was very
Yeah,
young, I had the same perception. I used to play this online game and I
yeah,
realized, oh, making money on Earth is just like collecting money in this game.
yeah,
So that way you can buy better gear or better, whatever it is,
yeah.
whatever games you like.
So, but the difference is the menu is all vibration, not
Hmm.
the material things. So your vibration equals your menu. So you choose your reality by your vibration, and you have the free will to choose your vibration.
That is so interesting. I
Yeah.
I would love to for our next
Hmm.
episode together, let's talk a little bit about who is controlling the video game.
Yeah, that's a very interesting
Is it me?
topic.
Or
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
another
yeah,
version
yeah,
of
yeah.
me?
Yeah, yeah, we
It's
can
all
do
very
that too.
interesting
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
AG, this was all incredibly sophisticated information. Thank you again for speaking with me about today and free will as well as
Yeah, no
dimension.
problem. Yeah, thank you too.
And we'll talk next time about, we'll continue next time.
Of course. Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.